The Xantharian cruiser Stellar Harmony drifted through the void, its pristine hull marred by a catastrophic breach that had torn through 3 decks. Emergency lights cast an amber glow across the bridge where Captain Zexthul stood frozen, his 4 arms trembling as he stared at the damage report scrolling across his screen. "Impossible," whispered Chief Engineer Veltar, her crystalline exoskeleton clicking nervously. "The quantum resonance chamber has been completely severed from the primary conduits. Without it, we cannot achieve faster-than-light travel. We are stranded." The bridge fell silent except for the hum of life support systems. The Stellar Harmony had been carrying a diplomatic envoy of 12 different species to the Galactic Council's emergency session on Kepler 442b. Now, 47 souls from across the galaxy faced a slow death in the empty space between star systems. "How long until our supplies run out?" Captain Zexthul asked, his voice barely above a whisper. 18 standard days," replied Navigation Officer Kreenock, his tentacles curling with anxiety. "Perhaps 20 if we reduce life support to minimum levels." In the corner of the bridge, largely ignored by the panicking aliens, sat Marcus Chen, a human engineer who had been aboard as a cultural exchange representative. He had been quietly studying the damage reports on his personal tablet, occasionally muttering to himself in what the universal translator rendered as colorful human profanity. "This is hopeless," declared Ambassador Thisara of the Velokian Confederacy, her scales shifting to a deep blue of despair. "No species in known space has the capability to repair quantum resonance technology without a fully equipped shipyard. We must accept our fate with dignity." Marcus looked up from his tablet, a puzzled expression on his weathered face. "Wait, hold up. You're giving up? Just like that?" The bridge crew turned to look at the human, their various alien features expressing confusion. Captain Zexthul's compound eyes flickered. "Human Marcus, I appreciate your optimism, but you do not understand the complexity of—" "Actually, I think I do," Marcus interrupted, standing up and walking to the main display. "May I?" With the captain's reluctant permission, Marcus interfaced his tablet with the ship's systems. 3-dimensional schematics of the damaged sections appeared in the air, rotating slowly as Marcus manipulated them with his hands. "Your quantum resonance chamber isn't destroyed," he said, highlighting several components. "It's just disconnected, like someone yanked the plug out of the wall. The chamber itself is intact, see? And most of the conduits are fine, too. We just need to bridge the gap." Engineer Veltar's exoskeleton chimed skeptically. "The gap spans 47 meters through 3 different decks, human Marcus. The quantum field alignments must be perfect to within 0.0001 degrees, or the entire ship could be torn apart. No species has ever attempted such a repair in space." Marcus grinned, an expression that made several aliens step back nervously. Humans were known throughout the galaxy for that particular facial configuration. It usually preceded something either brilliant or catastrophically dangerous. "Well, no species except humans, apparently," he said, "because we're going to do this the human way." Over the next 6 hours, Marcus worked with a determination that amazed the alien crew. Where they saw insurmountable obstacles, he saw problems to be solved with creativity and stubbornness. When precise quantum field generators weren't available, he jury-rigged alternatives using components from the ship's recreational hologram systems. When computer simulations showed the repairs had a 73% chance of failure, he shrugged and said, "Better odds than my first marriage." The real breakthrough came when Marcus suggested something that horrified the aliens: manual alignment of the quantum fields. "Impossible," gasped Engineer Veltar. "The radiation levels would kill any known sentient being within minutes." "Any known sentient being except humans," Marcus replied, already suiting up in the heaviest radiation gear the ship could provide. Turns out being the descendants of persistence hunters on a radiation-soaked death world has its advantages. What followed was 6 hours of the most dangerous engineering work any of the aliens had ever witnessed. Marcus crawled through damaged sections of the ship, welding connections by hand while his radiation detector screamed warnings. He realigned quantum field generators using nothing but his eyes and intuition, making adjustments that should have required supercomputers. When other species would have given up, Marcus adapted. When precision instruments failed, he used human senses honed by millions of years of evolution. When the ship's artificial intelligence calculated impossible angles, Marcus eyeballed it and got it right. The moment of truth came 18 hours after they'd begun. The entire crew gathered on the bridge as Marcus, now pale and exhausted from radiation exposure, initiated the quantum resonance chamber startup sequence. The ship shuddered. Energy readings spiked across the board. Then, with a sound like reality itself sighing in relief, the faster-than-light drive engaged. Captain Zexthul stared at his instruments in disbelief. "Quantum field alignment is perfect. How is this possible?" Marcus slumped into a chair, accepting a radiation sickness treatment from the ship's medical officer. "It's like my grandfather used to say when he worked on old combustion engines. Sometimes you don't need to understand exactly how something works. You just need to know how to make it work." As the Stellar Harmony jumped to faster-than-light speed, carrying its passengers safely toward their destination, the story of the human engineer who fixed the impossible spread throughout the ship. It would later spread throughout the galaxy, becoming legend. Because while other species had evolved intelligence, logic, and reason, only humans had evolved the peculiar combination of creativity, stubbornness, and sheer audacity necessary to look at the impossible and say, "Hold my coffee." In the end, that made all the difference.